All right, here's part 2 of the video. If we're talking about a little bit of notation, basically what we're going to do is we're going to call each one of these, we're going to give each function a name. So most common one is ff, stands for function, so that's what we're going to use. We'll use this function right here, and if you can see my picture that I drew, basically think of a function like a machine or a magic box where we take a number, plug it in, get a number out. So let's take a look at this. Here's my 3 plus 2 box, and if I take the number 1, plug it in, I get 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5. Take the number 2, plug it in, 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. So basically this is an example of a function. Take a number, plug it in, one number in means one number out. One number in means one number out. So it's an example of a function. Kind of a random question, but what do I get if I take just x and plug x into my function? Well, you could say this. You could say, well, if I plug in x, I'm just going to go times 3 plus 2. I'm going to get out 3x plus 2. Or a different notation that you could think about it would be this down here, is you're going to get x with the function f applied to it. So we're going to read that f of x, or this would be our y right there. These are our y's. These are our output numbers over here. Output. So if we're going to go back to some of our vocab on the front, the domain, these are our numbers you plug in. Usually x numbers. Range is numbers you get out. Usually y numbers. So in terms of a function, if we're looking at the box right here, here's what we have. The numbers that we plug in are x's. X's, these are the inputs, so these numbers are my domain, the numbers you plug in. These numbers are my range. These are the numbers you get out. We'll talk a lot more about that later. So evaluating a function down here, this is the last thing that we'll talk about. Evaluating a function just means plug the number in. So if I have g of 2, that means take the number 2, plug it in. So I have 2 times 2 squared minus 3 times 2. So if I'm just going to follow some PEMDAS, 3 times 2. Follow PEMDAS, I'm going to have here, this is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 minus 6 is 2 for an answer. For each one, you're just going to take the number that's in parentheses and you're going to plug it in. So here I would have 2a squared minus 3a. So just take whatever's in parentheses and plug it in. Pause the video, plug the rest of them in, see what you get, and we'll talk about it in class.